Okay, righto, what happened here is a box got dropped off to me today that is going to the UK of all places. I won't give too much away, but this is heading off to the United Kingdom, and it is a brand new FT710 HF, and as you all know, they come with the SP40 speaker, etc, etc, and it's a brand newie. Alright, I think the purpose of this video is just more for my mate's sake. Check it, make sure it works. That, you know, there's he's obviously going to have a few warranty issues in the UK. You can send it back to me anytime, but this is brand new. This is about 3 weeks old. When I say 3 weeks old, it got pulled out to be tested, and that's about it. But anyway, let's have a look at it and see what we've got. I have had a number of these through, and I'm going to be very honest, never had the time to set one up. And what we're going to do is put on the test monitor and then actually put on the antenna, because I just haven't had time. I had no time at all in my life to play with radios, and it does sort of help if I have an opinion that's a bit more informed than I've read the various EHAM reviews. All right, let's have a look, see what's inside. As you expect when you unbox, you get a sticker, so that's good. Radio, cords, microphone, nice mic on these, and then you've got the external speaker. Now, probably for the sake of it, I'm not going to do testing on the speaker. I'm not really that interested. I'm more interested to just sort of pull the radio out and have a bit of a look, and see what they look like when they light up, and have a look at their output, maybe a bit of a receive test, see how we go. Now, I'm not going to use the power cord that comes with it, the fuse and mic, etc, because I don't want to. They're so well packaged, and I've got about 40,000 different power cords, but I will obviously use their microphone, so we'll see how we go. Okay, look, they're a really nice big screen on these things. Look, most people know I'm a bit of an Icom fan, so sometimes getting me to carry on too much about anything to do with with Yaesu is a little bit compelling, but I'm smart enough to admit when I'm looking at a screen that I like. I think this is really significant of the 101 D series and MP series, the FTDX 101 MP, very much so. And at the moment, of course, we're not seeing much happening on the display. I'll feed a bit of signal in, just to at least give us a bit of a sign of something. Now, we're right on the frequency, so I'm going to need to bring a fair bit of signal up to show that. But as you can see, you know, it spots the frequency quite nicely, and you can see left and right to the frequency, no worries. So yeah, look, that's fine. A lot of little things we can do at this point. Actually, we can play with the where is it? Here we go. The preamp, so we can bring that preamp, and obviously you can see that level come up. We can introduce the IPO, which will obviously plays with the signal. It's a little bit of attenuation, but as you can see, it's narrowed the signal quite a bit. And we go back into amp 2, amp 1. Very interesting little radio, these things. Now that's the 3D SS turned off there, so you're just basically seeing the waterfall display coming through here with the graph. I look, in full flight, I don't mind the 3D SS display, to be honest. You'll see this in a minute when we chuck it on the antenna. I'm only feeding in, oh, actually I'm feeding a little bit there because you get that level up, but I can feed in, hang on, bring that up there, 0.157. I can't really hear it properly there, to be honest, but at 0.5 of a microvolt, which we're very close to there, certainly hearing that quite noise free. So receiver, as you know, to be expected, was always going to be extremely good. Transmitter on these things, let's have a look. 1 2 1 2, yeah 1 2 3 4 5, yeah, the bird over here, hello hello hello, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5, yeah. Look, you know, I wasn't expecting there to be anything but, you know, 0.5 a microvolt receive minimum and 100 watts transmit doing what it does. They're just a radio's going to do that all day long, especially from new. So then you look at their menu setup. This is kind of cool because it's a lot of stuff for, especially for new beginners. It's a lot of stuff in front of you, ready to go. Now, a lot of people think these are touch screens, you know, etc., but they're finicky. Sorry, they are touch screens. Sorry, I made a bad point then. But they can get a bit. I find, as you see how I'm sort of mucking up there. Much easier to go, say, use your function knob. Put yourself on what you want to be on. Say you want to change your mic gain to 85%. Fantastic. Once again, back into your menu. If you want to bring your equalizer on, if you want to change your power output, you know, once again, you can just change it. It becomes the dominant on display for the function. So, you know, 10 points for this very easy to use menu system. I do like it. It's quite a reasonable way of doing things. But as I said, look, maybe my fingers are just too big, but you know, as you can see, quite easy to use your screen, but you can sometimes find you just don't mean to, but you'll hit something and you'll go, okay, I know what I've done there. You know, your fingers just overlapped into something else, or maybe it's double debounced as such. Sometimes that can be a bit of an issue, but anyway. All right, well look, I'm not going to do a heck of a lot on the bench because I'll just bore you to tears. Be nice to get an antenna onto this and just have a little look at just what they sound like on air, and have a bit of a you know, just a few minutes of just seeing what's happening on 40 meters. I could go through, look, numbers of features here. The digital noise reduction has always been something people have said, and I've owned a few of the 101 series MPs and Ds, and yeah, the noise reduction actually is not bad, and it has a lot of variation to it, a lot of things you can play with if you're in a bit of a noisy area. People have asked me, you know, do Yaesu handle noise better than Icom? Now look, keep in mind, I'm very Icom orientated and I'm very biased, but yeah, it's possible they do. You know, it is possible. I don't think it's by a huge degree, but I think they give you a lot more filtering that can be seen by someone who's a very, you know, early days operator. I think once you get into the intricacies of how to use all the functions of Icom, all the functions of Yaesu, they're probably very close in their, you know, actual ability to play with noise. But overall, look, this is a very nice, clean-looking radio. I think they've done a good job for the price, and I think that's the other thing we've got to talk about is, you know, this radio sells for about $1,800, and when you're starting to look at what you're getting a lot of features that come from the, you know, the FTDX 101 series, but not having to pay the inflated price. Now, I got a bit turned off 101s in the end. I have my reasons for that, and a lot of them are very personal, so, you know, don't take it as a put down of the 101, but I, you know, would rather have a 7610 any day. That's just me personally. I could go through numerous reasons that suit me, and look, I'll be honest with you, some of the early reasons are that I can hook my so what am I thinking? My LAN cable, LAN cable up to my 7610 and turn it into a remote radio. No $500 accessory needed to do it. But you know, I didn't buy the 7610 series on pure price. It just to me, it also did a lot of features to me that. And look, and bear in mind, I'm a 7850 owner, so I know the menu systems very well, and it's, you know, something I'm probably a bit biased. So, you know, if you end up considering buying an FT710 or any of the Yaesus, I mean, don't be guided by me as far as I think they're all good products. I think it really comes down to personally what it is that you might require out of a radio. Look, and I suppose the other thing, you know, with that bias I'm talking about, just as I'm so biased against Icom, the chap who's getting this radio has hit his head a few times, and he's biased against Yaesu. He absolutely loves his Yaesus, you know, and particularly all the new model stuff he really has fallen in love with. So I make a joke about him hitting his head, but the truth is we're both right. You know, there's no question of that. They're both good products. That, you know, look, I do like Icom's warranty. Now, a lot of people are hearing about this transfer of warranty stuff that's happened with Yaesu, and this is very contentious here in Australia at the moment, in the fact that you used to be able to sell this radio to somebody. I mean, this radio is 3 weeks old, and theoretically, you know, if it wasn't going to England, look, the warranty in England would be a problem anyway. But what I would say is that, you know, people should have the right to take a 3 week old radio and explain to your Yaesu service agent I've just bought this off my mate. For whatever reasons, his situation has changed. I want to have my 5-year warranty. It's 3 weeks old. Why wouldn't I get it? Well, from what I'm understanding, that can be a problem. So anyway, look into the different things. All I know is whenever I need help, I go to Mark Pivador at Icom, and as long as I've got my warranty dates right, it will be fixed, and it's done fast. And so that may be something that I want to discuss in a later video, is how much do we pay for a radio and actually insert in our own thinking that we're paying for the service support that we're getting after the fact. Icom, I love their service support. Those guys are still here to support us. Kenwood obviously aren't. Yaesu, God knows what's going on with them, and I'm being really honest there. There's some really interesting, strange things going on with Yaesu. So please check in, do your own inquiries on anything to do with buying Yaesu, and whether or not you're happy with their warranty conditions, and who might end up fixing your radio, and how long it might take. Okay, let's go put this on an antenna, and let's just see what we can see. Okay, so we've got a lot happening on screen here at the moment, and when it's a busy band like this, the 3DSS display can get a bit overwhelming, although you can change a lot of colours along here and make that look quite graphic. Depends what you're after. Now let's go back to, excuse me, this is the display with the waterfall, and you've still got your spectrum display. I think sometimes when you've got a very busy band, this, which is very similar to the Icom display on the 7850, probably suits just, perfectly. Don't mind me, I'm a bit off frequency here. Let's have a listen. Nice audio.
You've got my email message, I don't know how you got that. Anyway.
I said I wasn't going to do this, but let's pull the speaker out. Let's have a look. Why not? Okay. You be the judge. Let's have a look. So this is the external speaker.
No problems there. What else can I say?
Internal speaker.
Lumber gut for me, or gut lumber I should say.
Okay.
Not a lumber gut.
I like the internal speaker.
I did say...
Let's just do that again.
There's 3 barbecue chops waiting for me, and I guess there'll be some veggies and possibly some homemade roast
And
potatoes.
back to the internal speaker. External speaker over
So
here.
that'll be really good. Looking forward to that.
Oh, I like that.
And it's been a bit of a cool day here. I fired the...
Honestly, there is definitely a difference between the two. And I don't think this little speaker is working any worse than half the Icom. I'm very critical of some of the Icom speakers. I think they're third-party junk, some of them. Now, the SP34, can't buy that speaker under $500 these days, and unless you put some foam in it and really, Don taught me this, VK3HDX, you've got to take these boxes and generally make them suit yourself. Don't get me wrong, the filters of some of these speakers, and obviously over here on the 7610, they have the filters, etc. The speaker that suits the 7610 here, actually, I found was a much better speaker than, say, some of the earlier non-filtered speakers. So look, they all vary, but I was expecting this to sound like rubbish. It's not bad, not bad. No, not bad. Now, as you can see, what we had before, which is a bit of a mess, when this gets all busy, it can be a little hard to... Look, don't get me wrong, I think some colour differentiation can be perfect to make it look a lot better. But very, very simple to see what's going on. Depends. When I'm running, I used to run my Yaesu's on big screen. I love this display because it came up, as a big graphic display, as like we've got with the 7850 and that. Oh, I haven't got the 7610 on that one at the moment, but so it depends on what you're after. Audio's nice off this thing.
Yeah, so this thing barefoot is not so crazy.
We're getting a little bit of static.
VK2 HTT from VK2LQ.
The band is busy. But see how we start on 3DSS, we start to sort of get a little bit intermingled, where definitely this is a nice way to quickly find a signal, go, oh yeah, something's happening here, or that's a bad example, a bit of noise on the band. But as we come down here, we'll find, oh, there we go. Now, out of interest, yes, your frequency input there, it's right, I'm just playing now, back. Now keep in mind, I haven't used one of these for a while, so I'm when you hear me pause, that's me going, can't remember. This is always a handy little rotary encoder. You know, if you want to get around the band a bit quick and just go, oh, you know, and then you can keep your fine tune on here. And where's the FT8 stuff? 7078, isn't it? I'm trying to remember. Oh, there it is. Not overly strong. A little bit in there. No, look, nice receiver. Tell you what, let's change antennas. Let's go to the 8-element OptiBeam on 10 meters. I don't know if 10 meters is open at the moment, but let's do it the hard way. How easy is it with my big fingers to go 28,490? Didn't change mode though, did it? Interesting. Now, when I need to change mode, can I get my finger on? Yeah, I'm getting my finger on the wrong spot. Hang about. There's probably a much easier way to change mode that I'm missing. Oh, hang on. There, I'm an idiot. Sorry, I was on VFOB. So upper sideband. Now, where are we pointing at the moment? 266. So we're miles off probably where everything. I'll come around to. Since I put this new rotator cable in, this is Lineax. This thing turns so much faster. It's just weird getting a bit more sort of current up to the road. Look at the thing spin. It's been really good. Okay. Now, don't worry about that. That's my solar giving us some trouble there, just so you know what that is. And we've got to find a solution for that. Drive me mental, to be honest. What's this?
Name's Richard, Radio India Charlie, Hotel Alpha Radio Delta Richard, and we're located in New South Wales, over.
Good signal. Oh, you're joking. Hang on. It's a bit later in the day. 3:15 degrees. I reckon Short Path Europe coming through. Oh, ZS.
Yeah, good, Bob. Nice to catch up with you. It looks like we've worked a couple of times when you were back in Holland, back in the Netherlands. I had a different call sign then. It was,
well, just check that. I might have to come around a bit further, 240 degrees.
And looks like we had contacts in 2014.
10 metres is obviously working well.
2015, so nice to catch up with
yes,
you.
don't mind. On 10 metres, I do get a bit of this from time to time. Let's go around to 240 degrees.
As well, I'm already happy that some Europeans as well here.
Yeah, there we go, coming up.
And a Victor Kilo station.
See how we're coming around to 240 odd degrees?
I could help with a new DXC, so yeah, quite delightful for being on the air.
That solar's driving me mental.
Signals into the airwaves, if you know what I mean, Richard. So Richard, I'm going to pick up a few more before we're going to heading up for breakfast. Victor Kilo.
I haven't got an amplifier on board at the moment, which I don't.
God bless and enjoy your day over there and down on the radio.
Yeah, thank you, Bob. It's nice to catch up with you again after quite some time.
If he hears me on 100 watts, that'd be amazing. We'll see.
To be able to work into southern
now, I wonder if any of our noise blanking.
It's generally around about this time of year is the window for us.
This solar thing is annoying.
Not as many stations.
What you're seeing on screen here is obviously not affecting the signal we're listening to, but it is, yes. It only happens every now and again. It drives us a bit mental. I'll see if I can get into this chap. We're not going to find out. He's going QRT.
Or not, and we will see what we're going to do. clear body, and till the next time, Richard. Victor Kilo 2, Zulu. Zulu Sierra 6 / Papa Bravo 5 X-ray. Cheers and beers, and enjoy the afternoon. Bye-bye.
Yeah, cheers and beers, Bob. Bye-bye.
Victor Kilo 3 Charlie Mike. Victor Kilo 3 Charlie Mike.
What do you for breakfast? ZR 6 /
Oh, hang on. I just got... Sorry, I knocked my lead out of the... Unbelievable. Sorry, we had a little pause in our transmission here. And unfortunately the South African was going clear, but doesn't matter. He's actually from Holland and down there. Look at 20 metres at the moment.
Prepare for plane. Alpha Hotel Charlie at the Royal 50 K4 Zulu Donut.
Beautiful signals on 20. Now, we're only 4 elements on 20 metres. Now, I'm still pointing to South Africa. Might come over to Europe just for a quick look, and then we'll finish up this video. But overall, look, great little radio. And when you haven't got my... that solar thing, we've got to fix that. It's annoying. Only happens every now and again. It happened to happen on this video, and I thought, So don't think this is the radio. No, it's we get the same thing on my 7850 on 10 metres at times when... It's almost when the sun and the after. It's on the. We've got 2 sets of solar cells, and I think it's on the set on the. What would that make it? The more southern side of the building. No, it wouldn't. That would make it the western side of the building. Jeez, I'm going well here. Yeah, western side of the building, and it's always when they hit those late in the afternoon that gives a bit of trouble. Now, as you can see, very busy band. I'm going to bring the preamp back to preamp level 1. I just brought it up to. Whoops. Preamp level 2 just for 10 metres for a bit of fun. 3D. Once again, you can see how busy this band is. I think that's the thing I don't like about 3DSS. If I want to find a signal and get to it, I can get to it really fast, see it, etc. 3DSS, of course, is moving with you. So, yeah, I mean, look, pluses and minuses. Now, I don't know, I might have been better at 240 degrees. I was getting better signals, to be honest. This time of day, no, maybe I've got it wrong. Sorry, maybe we should be going more around 60 odd degrees. Just for a bit of fun. Let's come around about 90 degrees. That'll do. Just be curious to see how this, as I come around virtually, you know, a 180, just to see what is happening across the band as we move the antenna around. The 16 element OptiBeam is a great antenna for pinpointing bits and pieces, and it's certainly a lot of fun when you know that something is distinctly long path or short path, and you can just point and shoot. At the moment, we were doing better at 240 degrees. Okay, so if he's beaming long path, conditions are not as good as I'm saying they are, because we're sort of long path back to him at the moment. No, I won't try. Look, without the amplifier, we are going to be wasting our time. But it certainly gives you an idea. Anyway, I wanted this to be a quick 20-minute video, and I've gone a little bit over that. So it's given you a bit of an idea, just, you know, what this radio is all about, how to get into its menus, and, you know, obviously there's a lot of different things that you can play with, and you'll learn heaps as you go through some of these menus. But like any radio, hook it up, evaluate it yourself, see what you think, and you know, just there's the digital noise reduction. That did make a difference then. Actually, that made quite a good difference. Yeah, very impressive. All right. Well, this is the Icom guy reviewing a Yaesu radio, and it's got a thumbs up. All right, it wins. It's okay. No, it's fine. And you know, look, buy what your heart sort of has you buy, and maybe I need to have the odd Yaesu here. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still a bit of an Icom guy. All right, guys, nice to have a bit of a play with this. We'll get this boxed up, and this is going off to England. It's going into a container with a lot of other radios. A lot of radios, amps, accessories. Goes on and on. So there you go. So my mate that's taking this back, I think you'll enjoy this. As I said, he's a Yaesu fanatic. He's got MPs and Ds, and he's got everything. There's not much he hasn't got. So he's going back to retire in the UK, and I'm sure we'll work him from the other side of the world. That's the positive out of it all, that's for sure. Alright, 7.3s, this is VK3 Charlie Mike. Please subscribe and hit the like button, and just helps the algorithm, helps us a little bit, and certainly helps you to get notified of when we've got the next video up. 73s, VK3 Charlie Mike, Tangambalanga, North East Victoria. All the best.